Emma Lewis never imagined that a single moment could change the entire trajectory of her life. But it did, on a rainy Tuesday in October. She had just folded the last load of laundry and was pouring lukewarm mac and cheese into her daughter Lily's favorite bowl when her phone rang. It was her manager from the small marketing agency where she had worked faithfully for nearly 8 years. The call lasted 3 minutes. Polite words. Budget cuts. Nothing personal. By the time Emma hung up, the mac and cheese had congealed into a sticky, cold lump. She sat down at the kitchen table, staring into nothing, her ears ringing with the finality of those words. She had been let go. At first she thought it would be temporary. A few weeks maybe. She'd dust off her resume, lean on her experience and find another position. But as weeks became months and rejection emails piled up, reality began to crush her spirit like a slow, relentless tide. She applied to everything, from high-level marketing roles to administrative assistant positions to overnight stocking jobs at the grocery store. Most didn't even respond. She was either overqualified, underqualified, or one of hundreds. Meanwhile, bills began arriving like clockwork. Her savings drained to fumes. Her landlord left polite but firm notes under her door. She pawned her wedding ring, her only real keepsake from a marriage that ended when Lily was just a baby. The car followed. Then the TV. She told Lily they were having camp nights, when they used candles instead of the lights, pretending it was all a game. But behind closed doors, Emma felt like she was slowly drowning, one unpaid bill at a time. One night Lily asked, "Mommy, are we poor?" Emma froze. Her throat tightened and she fought to find an answer. "No, sweetie. We're just having an adventure right now." But when Lily had gone to bed, Emma sat on the floor of their dim kitchen, wrapped in an old hoodie, knees to her chest. And she cried. Not soft, cinematic tears. Ugly, heaving sobs that shook her shoulders and left her feeling hollow. She whispered into the darkness, "I don't know how to fix this. I don't know who I am anymore." It was her breaking point. But sometimes rock bottom gives you a different kind of clarity, the kind that comes not from hope but from raw survival. The next morning, Emma woke up before dawn. Not because she felt brave, but because she couldn't bear the helplessness any longer. She opened her old laptop and typed free online courses for marketing into Google. She took notes by hand, pausing videos to understand every detail. She watched YouTube tutorials while Lily napped. She studied SEO and Canva and social media strategy with the focus of someone whose life depended on it, because it did. She started freelancing on job boards, doing tiny gigs, designing flyers, proofreading blog posts, writing social media captions. The first job paid $15. It took her 6 hours. Still, she completed it like it was for a Fortune 500 client. Slowly, she began to build a profile. Clients left kind reviews. One job turned into 2, then 5. She learned how to negotiate, how to ask for testimonials, how to brand herself. It wasn't glamorous and it certainly wasn't easy. There were nights she stayed up until 3 a.m., only to wake at 6 to get Lily ready for kindergarten. But Emma was rebuilding something no one could take from her again, her independence. One evening, after a particularly difficult day with a rude client who disappeared without paying, Emma nearly gave up. She stared at her computer screen, tears welling in her eyes again. All that work, all that time, for nothing. But then Lily walked in, barefoot, holding a picture she had drawn. A woman with brown hair standing tall in front of a computer, surrounded by stars and hearts. "It's you," Lily said proudly. "You're doing magic work." Emma felt the tears fall, but this time they were different. This time they healed something. That was the turning point. Emma doubled down, setting up systems, batching content, streamlining her services. She built a small client base and eventually created a portfolio website. She even offered mentorship calls for beginners, because she remembered what it was like to feel lost. A year from the day she lost her job, Emma had paid down most of her debt. She bought a second-hand car and moved into a small townhouse with warm light and space for Lily to dance. One of her clients, a tech founder in Seattle, offered her a permanent remote position as creative director. The salary was more than double what she'd ever made before. When she got the news, Emma didn't scream or jump. She just sat quietly on her couch, holding Lily close and let the moment wash over her. It wasn't luck. It was resilience, creativity, inner strength. Emma's story isn't about miracles. It's about not stopping. About reinventing yourself when the world writes you off. About showing up, day after day, even when no one is watching and especially when you're scared. We all fall. We all break. But if you're reading this and feel like you've lost your way, remember, you are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. Keep learning. Keep trying. Keep believing. Because sometimes the light doesn't come from outside. It comes from the fire you refuse to let